You've already paid for the show. Now, how many of you have ever taken a cherry, plucked the stem off the cherry, placed it on your tongue, manipulated it, and tied a knot? Anybody ever do that? Kinky. I'm actually extremely good at it, but I decided to replace it with something completely different.
A nail?
So let me show you what that is.
Is it gonna be a nail? Is it a worm? Is that a fish hook?
Not one edge, but double edge. Razor blade. Go ahead and rub your finger across the top of that and tell me if it's real.
I'm good.
That's a good idea. No, don't do it. It is real.
That's insurance.
Yeah, that's a lawsuit.
I'm gonna poke it.
So here we go. Don't try this at home. Try that at a friend's house.
This door with the key of imagination. This door with the key of imagination, the fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension of vast space. Its timeless is infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow. Over into the twilight zone.
Hello, my my name is Cyrus the Swordsman Penn, a professional sword swallower and juggler and sideshow freak all around, professionally trained from Coney Island, New York.
You're filming on this because you're going to want to film this. Anybody else is also going to want to film this who aren't on. Because, I mean, for one thing, she's going to tell her grandchildren about this. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. But also, if you're filming and you play it backwards later, it looks like she's cutting me. So here we go, folks. Moment of truth for me, moment of truth for Kayla. It's going down for real. Everybody give Kayla a big round of applause. Show your victory pose. There you go, looking all powerful. Kayla, before you go, you want to take a sniff? You're a nurse. Yeah, I bet you smell worse. Yes, okay. Give her one big round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nelson Oliver here. So Cyrus, how long have you been doing the sideshow stuff? Like, by the time were you doing it before you went to Coney Island?
Yes, a little bit. Coney Island is where I learned all the basic acts, but I got my first sword down about a week before I left. So I've been doing sideshow for about 2 years now. I've been juggling since I was 9.
Okay, so you said I got the first sword down. How do you practice that? I mean, you don't have to give the trade secret, but...
Carefully. That's the first main thing, is doing it carefully. I also... I did it quite the wrong way. I actually used a sword, and it was a sword longer than my esophagus was, not to mention I had to do it sitting down because my room was too short, and nobody knew what I was doing. Nobody knew I was doing it at all, but sure enough, after a good month and a half of practicing, I got my first sword down.
Honey, dinner's ready.
Pretty much.
Yeah, cool. So obviously, you know I'm a magician, and I intermix a lot of that type of stuff. I tried to learn sword swallowing. After a while, I just kind of realized just how dangerous, of all the other dangerous stuff I do.
Not into that, are you?
Yeah, I just pretty much stopped. No, I'm not. but I stopped at that point because it was pretty hardcore. So I guess, did you just like read it in a book somewhere? What inspired you to make that your...
It's like I started out as a juggler, or as you can see, and then I had some interest in magic, but I was less patient, which I highly commend you for. Sideshow, like doing the more real sort of thing, is like there's no trick to it. It's an actual sword going down there, and as that is like the holy grail of all sideshow acts. As I wanted to do it, especially after seeing Dan Meyer perform it on America's Got Talent, where I actually learned it from was the tiniest piece of advice that an old sideshow carny was giving to Penn Jillette in a little video I found on YouTube, which I'm a huge fan of Penn and Teller, if it's not too obvious.
Yeah, I think I have a few books by them, and one story was Teller talking about how Penn taught him how to eat fire. And it's funny, 'cause later when I was learning how to do that stuff, I actually took his advice that Penn told him, which is it was light a torch, put it out in your mouth, eat a popsicle.
Yes.
So that's what I did when I was first learning. But so this is your first, well, you helped me out last year performing at the sideshow, but this is your first year performing at this sideshow. You traveled around with the sideshow, didn't you?
I did. With Hawthorne Circus Bazaar, I traveled around for about 4 months, going from carnival to carnival.
Awesome. Any other places you've performed?
I performed up in Washington, D.C. I performed all around Blacksburg and Christiansburg and Radford and Virginia. The sideshow tour during the summer was anywhere between Tennessee and Indiana.
Okay. And I ask every performer this that I interview, when it comes to an aspiring, there's someone out there right now watching this, and one of the big reasons why they're watching the show is because they want to do this type of stuff. Do you have a normal job?
I do, indeed.
Yeah, most of us do. Don't quit your day job.
Do not.
But is there any good advice you would give a new performer? Someone who's getting into maybe the type of stuff that you're doing?
Think very hard about what you're planning to do. As sword swallowing did almost kill me. I mean, technically it almost kills me every time I do it, but with how I learned, how I taught myself, it did almost kill me. So like think really hard about it. Not to mention, and that don't do it if you're not gonna be a serious performer about it. Don't do it just for fun or anything. Well, yeah, it's like perform for fun, but take a performance, share the talent.
Get the right instructions. If you can't get the right instructions, get the right teacher.
Get a, well, actually, I say the reverse. Get a teacher first. Getting a teacher is the best thing right there. That's where I was really stupid on that one.
Don't do what we have done.
No, don't. Yeah, we're the professional idiots here.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your help, and I'm happy to work with you this year.
Yeah, I'm happy to work with you too.
All right, thanks for the interview.
Thank you.
Hey guys, my name's Socrates Duarte. Some people call me the Gene. I'm a professional fire spinner from Northern Virginia, where I was born and raised. I moved to Blacksburg about 2 years ago. I spin fire clubs, double staffs, poi, battle axes, fans, and contact staff.
Actually trained all the fire stuff that I do. I was trained by a troupe that did mostly poi dancing. There was one guy there that did the fire eating and fire breathing, and he did a lot of dancing. Now, I can't dance at all.
Well, everyone can dance.
Yeah, but I'm awkward at it. They like put fire in my hands.
Sometimes it's best to just, get down. It helps a little bit. You just find your center of gravity.
Oh, we just go
Do the old man dance.
Oh, there you go.
This one?
Put some
Yeah.
fire in my hands.
Yeah.
All right. So, I guess before you got to the poi thing, you were already into dancing. I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
I taught dance for 3 years before coming to flow arts.
Cool. So you actually taught
Yes.
dancing. Rock on. And how old were you when you got into that?
Dancing, I've pretty much been into dancing my whole life, and then I had a friend of mine take me under his wing when I was about 15 years old, 14 or 15 years old, and showed me how to actually really get into dancing and really express myself and use my whole body while dancing. And it's all about body control and muscle memory and not just focusing on one part of your body when you're doing other things. You got to learn how to move every part of yourself at the same time, or multiple parts at the same time, so it all becomes one. And he taught me this thing called the ball exercise, which is pretty much using this is your center, and you use it as a ball, and every time you do something, you always bring it back to that spot, but you can transfer it for pretty much anywhere you'd like. Just make sure you always bring it back to that one spot, so you never get lost.
Awesome. Well, that sounds like chi power or something.
Kinda, yeah.
You should have tipped the camera over when I did that. So, is this your first sideshow that you've ever performed in?
No, I actually spin with a group called Nocturnal Arts, who's based out of Ohio. I actually just became part of their group. I think it's about 20 people deep, and they're based out of Dayton. There's some people that spin with us from Minnesota as well. But mostly what we do is we go to music festivals, and we get hired from music festivals to spin either in front or at the side of the stage, and we set up multiple fire perimeters around the festival depending on how big the festival grounds are, and we travel to different spots while music's going on and perform them.
Awesome. So how long, when did you get into fire stuff, adding that to your dance?
About 2 years ago, I was at a music festival with some friends, a very small one, and I saw someone spinning fire, and I was immediately just amazed and captivated, and it was like there was no one else around me and there was no music around me. All I saw was what he was doing and what was going on, and hearing the sound of the fire, and it made me feel so comfortable. And the second he was done, I asked if I could play with his fire boy, and he asked me if I knew what I was doing, and I told a little white lie and said yes. And that was my first time ever spinning pulling, and luckily I didn't burn myself, so I kind of played it as risky as I possibly could have, but it worked out. And from there on, I put some tennis balls and some socks, and figured my shit out a little more. Bought a pair of Fireboy, and never stopped since.
Awesome. Well, thanks for letting me interview you.
Oh, thank you, man.
Hi, my name's Tyler Dwyer. I'm the Indestructible Man. I lay on nails. I get cinder blocks busted over me. I eat glass, walk on glass, eat fire, pretty much anything dangerous.
But your index finger you use more than any other finger, so I'll go ahead and risk that one. That one sounds good. Okay, let's see how this goes.
He's filming it.
Hey guys, may I point out that Nelson right here is filming this act right here, as anybody's never seen before. That's why I want to point out, you folks, if you are absolutely amazed by what you're seeing, please film it, take pictures, tag us at Bone Daddy Entertainment or at Cyrus the Swordsman. Find us on Facebook. Somebody step forward, make sure this is a real can of food. It's not a fake can of food. Some real pinto beans. Yeah.
It was cheap.
Oh, yeah.
Give him a break.
And this is not the cinder blocks fake. No, it's a fake finger actually. Okay, real finger, real can. Here we go. Real finger, real can, folks. Here's what's gonna happen. If you look really closely, you want to look really close. He's setting his index finger right here on the block. There we go. Watch closely.
1,
2, 3. Look closely, folks. Look at that finger. We have a bench can right there. Look at the finger. Still wiggling. He lives to finger another day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler, the Indestructible Man. So Tyler, you're not only is he a performer now, but he's also a best friend of mine. He started working for me for Bone Daddy Entertainment like 2 years ago as a sound guy for the sideshow, actually. And like the second year, he slowly started doing some performing on stage, and then this year, he's just straight up a performer. So how do you feel about that after 2 years and now?
Well, when I started out, I was just like, this should be fun to watch. and then some of it looked pretty cool, so I was like, hey, let me try putting that fire in my mouth. And so we did, and it turned out all right. And then some more things that I was like, oh, this might hurt a little. And it hurt a little, but it wasn't that bad. And then I kind of grew to realize that I had this pain tolerance that I can pretty much do anything bloody or harmful, and the mental aspect of the pain just doesn't really affect me. So
Now, of course, there are techniques to what we're talking about. Tyler's making it sound like he just stands in front of speeding cars and things like, oh, it doesn't hurt that bad. But there are techniques that he implements, and he has trained himself to do that. And in fact, one of those devices that he made is the old school bed of nails. And when he came over to my place and he was putting this thing together, the old bed of nails had, hundreds and hundreds of nails, but they were real close together. And when he built his, you'll see in the video clip soon that the nails are a little bit more spaced out than they should be. So, in fact, the physics with it actually doesn't work like it should.
it hurts.
Yeah, so, I think when you and I first met, you have, if I'm not mistaken, you have a tattoo of the Muses of theater, right? Yep. And you were really interested in theater in your younger days?
Yeah,
meaning
always
high
performing, plays, bands, anything on stage.
And your day job is?
I'm a nurse.
He's a nurse.
which I didn't know when he first started working with me, and that was probably like a luck of the draw, because not only did he have the time to come do the shows with me, but he also had this knowledge that he was learning in the medical field, which someone who eats fire and does all the dangerous stuff, that's extremely important to have on your side. Like lawyers. I need a lawyer friend next, too. I got a medical guy, I need a lawyer friend.
Cop.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. Any cops out there want to be my friend? So, how are you feeling about this year? Because this year the show is much larger. We were performing in a small military tent for the last 2 years in freezing weather, and now we're not even in a tent. We're outside on this bigger stage with a bigger banner, with multiple performers. So how do you feel how it's going this year?
We're definitely out of the tent.
Yeah, we are.
The tent was cool starting out. I liked the tent, but yeah, now you can't see, but we're behind a 16-foot tall banner, and we're under a 18 to 20 foot roof, and we have a field that could literally fit thousands of people and has hundreds and hundreds of people, up to thousands of people coming through every night, seeing all the crazy stuff we do. It's definitely intimidating and impressive at the same time.
Yeah, well, that's a good way of saying it. It's a new challenge, but I think we got our stripes the last 2 years in a smaller venue. Now we got a bigger one, but yeah, this is a new challenge. How are you feeling about the show in general? How it's running this year?
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. I like the new performers, having more people, more crazy stuff going on. Finding other performers that do different stuff that we don't do, that it just adds to the show. It's a bigger show, more performances, more crazy stunts, more things that you aren't going to see anywhere else other than the Drunken Goblin Sideshow.
Drunken Goblin Sideshow. Where do you see this in your future? Do you see you taking this anywhere later, or just going to do it on the weekends for weddings and divorces? Or
Oh yeah, divorces, definitely. I think I might make that an exclusive.
Okay, yeah.
No, but well, for right now, it's a really fun hobby, and anytime anybody wants me to do it, I'm definitely going to be there. I'm going to keep practicing. I'm going to keep doing new stunts, and if it ever becomes, if like somebody calls me up, it's like, you want to be on America's Got Talent, then this might become my full-time job.
Yeah, I think I also feel the same way. I've been doing magic for a really long time, but I keep having to find other ways to make money too, and I just
It's a
keep
hard
waiting.
way to make a living.
Yeah, so I keep doing stuff like this, like the TV show, and keep waiting for someone out there watching me going, hey, I got a lot of money. Let me give it to you, Nelson, and put you on something better. Come on, let's just do magic. So if there is anybody out there, he's coming with me. So. But anyway,
you get two for the price of one.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. You get two for the price of two because you have to pay both.
All right. Well, anything else you'd like to tell the viewers while we're standing here?
Well, we will be here doing the Drunken Goblin Sideshow all this October. After that, who knows where we will be.
I've already
like the old school sideshow, traveling with the wind.
I've already gotten some messages. I have some people that's willing to hire the whole team. So, yeah, I'll be posting that soon on the Bone Daddy Entertainment Facebook page if this whole show gets booked somewhere else. Otherwise, you can come see me or see me and him somewhere performing. All right, Tyler. Well, let's get ready for the show tonight.
Let's do it.
All right.
But seriously, somewhere in the early 1900s, the sideshow freaks like us got a hold of fire eating. And we decided to just keep on stepping it up and going further and further and further and seeing exactly how far we could carry it. To entertain you fine folks out here. Like this little trick. This is known as the human candle. Time makes this act harder, folks. There we go. Yeah, give it up, guys. I know y'all want to see the easy way to eat fire? There's the easy way. Show them the hard way, Nelson. There we go. Come on, give it up, guys. You're allowed to clap. This act is extremely dangerous. If Nelson were to breathe in at any point in this act, it would not be a good night for Nelson. There is absolutely no way that we could get an ambulance out to this godforsaken valley fast enough to save him if a mistake were to occur.
Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to do now, I'm going to light this torch. I'm going to grip it between my teeth, and I'm going to let go. When I let go, I want to hear you guys go wild, because there's a little bit of breeze out here. Here we go. Let's test that out. When it's in my mouth, you guys are going to go... Very good.
You guys can get louder than that, I know. Eat that flame, Nelson. End of the night, they're gonna make us end the show, but we have one more thing for you guys. I like to end my night with a nice little drink, a little nip from the bottle. How about everybody take one big step backwards for me? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. One big step backwards. There you go. That looks good. Back. Okay. That's good. There we go. Nelson's gonna have a nice big drink. Everyone, cheers, Nelson.
Cheers!
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone, give it up for the Dragon's Breath.